we're back on Oxvlog. So, training term is finished, but we are both here for open days.
Thought we'd like end our Oxvlog year with a sort of wrap-up video of what our year's been like. So we have a couple of questions that we want to answer that we thought would like summarise our year here. And yeah, we've been helping out the open day. The open day is a great chance for you to come and visit the university. If you're not sure about whether you want to apply to Oxford, or if you're sure about that and you don't know which college or course, it's a great time to like come, have a look and like finalise some of those decisions, because it's when the university's at its biggest and best. So it's definitely a great chance to go. I think the next one's on the 15th of September. And I think we can like link it down below, like the details and stuff for it. So, we're going to get right into it. So the first question we have is, what have you thought of your course?
I have really liked my course actually. At times I thought it was really intense because you cover so much content, because it's a general engineering course and you cover quite a lot of diverse topics, so it's not always that cohesive mainly, but I know that choosing general engineering was the best thing for me, because I applied to mechanical engineering elsewhere and I now know that would have been a terrible decision for me, because I now think I want to do electrical. So that has definitely been a positive in my course. I have most enjoyed labs probably. We've made a radio this year, we've made a bridge, I've done quite a lot of coding. It's been really good. By your course?
I've really quite enjoyed my course. I found it difficult at times to be able to juggle the computer science and the bits of maths and the philosophy and write enough essays and do problem sheets all in time. But I feel like in hindsight it's been quite worth it, because when you're doing exams and you're like one of my exams I had like 4 essays in 3 hours, and at the end of it when I'd actually finished 4 essays I was like, I can't believe I actually did this in the time condition, and so all this year has actually led up to something successful. It definitely got really tough at times. There were so many points at which I was just like, oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here, I don't know if this is the course for me. But like everyone goes through those sort of existential like crises, like it's in hindsight they're all just sort of small bumps in the road, and on the whole like I really enjoyed my course. And when I got to actually doing one of my courses, which was the Alan Turing and Computability course, which was like can machines think and things like that, that's when I realised that I definitely chose the right course, because it was stuff I was really interested in. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the last year. It's been fun. Maybe should have worked a little more than I did, but
everyone should. But yeah.
So the next question is, how did it compare to A-levels?
So, I don't know how you found it, but I personally find that it was quite a lot more work than A-levels. In just the volume of work you're expected to do per week, for definitely.
Agreed. Yeah, like I did the IB, and the IB is supposed to be like 6 subjects, which everyone's like, oh my god, that's such a crazy workload, you're going to find university like a piece of cake. And then got here and I was like, yeah, I'm so well prepared because I've done the IB, and you like nothing not to scare everyone, but it is just so much work that especially when you come near the end and you're like Trinity term and you're just revising for your exams, like the more you revise the more you realise there's stuff you don't know, and so you're like constantly in this cycle of, oh, let me revise this, oh wait, there's more I don't know, let me go revise that, and so you're just like constantly so much work.
I think the differences with university, this isn't just Oxford in general, is that it's very different from A-levels, in that A-levels you'd be revising to get 90%, where here, to get a first, it's 70%. And so you'll be revising and you'll freak out because you don't know things, when in reality, the course is almost not designed for you to be able to learn everything. It's designed to push you to the best of your ability.
I think one of the major differences is that like A-levels is restricted to a specific syllabus, so if you were to get an exam question that wasn't exactly to the point of how the syllabus described it, you could like go against the exam board. Whereas over here, like, because there's no official syllabus in that, like each says like each candidate should be able to describe this, or each candidate should be able to calculate this. Like, it's very hard to know what you need to know and what you don't need to know. So it gets to a point at the end where you're like, oh, I'm not really sure exactly what that lecturer said, but now I'm just going to have to read all these extra chapters just in case that's what they wanted me to know. So it's kind of hard in that a lot of it is like self-motivated, and a lot of it is just figuring out what you need to know yourself. But
that's not to say that your tutors aren't there for you and are not understanding that it is a lot of work, and you can have a bad week and not be able to do it, and they are always there to support you.
If you were to change course, which course would you change to and why?
Computer science.
Seriously?
I love coding.
Oh my god, I literally can't do any of the coding in my course. Like, you should just do all of that for me.
I did computing A-level, and it was always a toss-up between doing engineering or computer science, so that's what I do.
If I was to change course, I think I'd switch to PPE, and a lot of my friends know this because like I actually attempted to do this. Not because like I don't like my course, I really do enjoy my course. It got to a point where I found the programming really hard, and I was like, a lot of computer science is programming, and if I find that really hard and I can't do it, then like maybe this isn't the course for me. But that's when I realised that look, there is a way to do it. There's a way to learn how to do it. Like, it's not as impossible as it seems. So I'm getting there. I'm still getting. We'll find out when we get our prelims results.
And PPE being politics, philosophy and economics?
Yeah.
Just in case people don't know.
If you were to change college, which college would you go to and why?
So I love my college. I love Wadham. I don't think there's a college like Wadham in Oxford.
Agreed.
But I think if I was going to change, I'd probably choose Hertford maybe. It's kind of quite nice and big. I really like the atmosphere there. I think it's really pretty. You applied for Hertford, didn't you?
I applied to Hertford.
Yeah.
But I find Hertford rather small.
Oh, okay. I think it's quite compact.
Yeah, it's quite like a close-knit environment, and I really liked that. I applied to Hertford, but if I, like, currently, the same way you love Wadham, I absolutely love Univ. Like, I don't think I could go to another college in that sense, just because I feel, like, quite at home there, and it's super friendly and super welcoming. But
I think it's so true when they say that you love the college you end up at anyway.
Yeah. I applied to Hertford, got interviewed at Hertford and Balliol, and then ended up at Univ. Like, I was kind of distraught when I did get into Hertford. I was just like, I after being there for 4 days at interviews, I was like, I absolutely love this place. I know everything about it. And then like 2 days after being at Univ, I was like, I love Univ. Univ is the best place ever. Like, but if I had to go to another college, I think I really like Wadham.
You do?
I actually really like Wadham, but the issue is that they don't offer computer science.
Yeah, so that's the issue.
What's one thing that you're grateful about over the course of this year?
I am grateful for the tutorial system at Oxford. I think it's amazing. There's nothing like it at other unis apart from obviously Cambridge. You get to get like 2-on-1 discussions about your subject with an expert, and they're really helpful and it's really good.
I'm gonna be all like cliche over here and be like, I think I'm grateful for like the friends that I've made this year, because I've had quite a roller coaster when it comes to like emotions and how I felt here and how like stable I've been in my work and things like that. And I feel like my friends, and especially family, but like friends especially here, are the ones that kind of like got me through it, just because they're the ones who I still remember like during exams I'd have like all my friends pitch me chocolate at like different days of the week, just so I'd have chocolate every day to eat. And also like friends like just turning up at your room with like hot chocolate and things like that, or just like coffee here and then. It's like those are the small things that like make a difference, and like I think it's those things that have made me like keep my cool at some points, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm definitely worried about that for coming to university. Not worrying that I wouldn't make any friends, but worried that if I'd ever have friends that I'd be that close to.
Yeah.
And I think that that's definitely happened, and I'm really grateful for that. What you regret this year?
I mean, I think if you ask most people, they'll say they wish they worked harder. But that's just pretty standard, people like us.
Yeah.
I think I regret not getting involved with like societies and things I was interested in like when I first got here.
Okay.
I was very much kind of like, oh, I have to work, and oh, I have to go out clubbing, when I didn't even enjoy that much. And then it got to like maybe halfway through Hillary where I started going to other clubs I actually really wanted to go to and really enjoying them. So I wish I just kind of got stuck into things like societies I wanted to go to straight away.
Yeah. I think with me, obviously there's the whole work thing. I really don't think especially Michaelmas and Hillary, I didn't do enough work, and spent a lot of Trinity catching up when I should have just already have done all the content by then. I found myself like learning lecture courses from Michaelmas from scratch in Trinity, which just generally shouldn't have been the case at all. But other than that, I would say one of the things that I regret are just, I think, not getting enough and not taking enough advantage of the tutorial system. Yeah. I just feel like I should have been there ready with questions that I had. I sort of, when in first term, and second term for that matter, I sort of finished my work for the week and would just like be like, okay, that's all my tutorial sheets done for this week. I'm done now. I can chill, relax, do whatever you want, and then like deal with all the sheets that come on Monday.
Yeah.
Whereas I realised that I should have been doing the sheet and like doing some extra reading and then like going back to tutors and like really making the effort and like trying to thoroughly understand what I was doing, because at that point I was just doing like short-term gains. I was just trying to finish a sheet and not really get a thorough understanding of things. So when it got to Trinity and in all these revision tutes, I was asking questions that I just should have asked in Michaelmas.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I felt like kind of shit at that point.
I think there's like an element of pride when it comes to like asking questions at Oxford, because I think part of like imposter syndrome is thinking like everyone around you is
I
like
still feel like that.
far more intelligent than you,
Yeah.
and that like any question you have is really stupid. When in reality, sitting in front of you is going to be a person who will have the answer to your question, who is really intelligent and who is there to help you. And your question, I mean, it might be stupid, it might not be, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
What are you going to miss over the back?
I'm going to miss my friends the most. Obviously, I've met some really lovely people since I've been here.
I think I've already given friends one answer, so I can't use them again. I think I'm going to miss Ahmed's. Ahmed's has got me through some very sort of lonely nights in the library, like 3 o'clock in the morning with Essay Crisis. Ahmed's. So just a little context, Ahmed's is the kebab van right outside Univ. He's amazing. Like, if you go to any of the sort of high street colleges, hit him up, he's amazing.
We have Hassan's at Wadham, which is equally as good.
Is he?
Or even better.
Lies. Ahmed is definitely better, having tried both. But yeah, no, not just that, like also the college staff and just general people around college, they just do the small things like pauses and stuff, like when you're handing in work or you're going to get a package, like everyone in college is just really, so they know you're all probably having like a great time but also a really shit time with work, and so everyone just tries to make it a little better. But yeah, I'm gonna miss the college environment. How much have we changed?
So much. So much. Like, think about, firstly, obviously, academically, the amount of stuff I've learned this year is ridiculous.
Oh my god, yeah.
But just as a person, I have had my eyes kind of opened to so many different people and ideas, experiences here. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I think definitely the sort of echoes the same thing, is that I feel like I'm the same person in general, but my sort of, the way it's sort of like, it's cliche again, but it's like broadened horizons. Like you see more than yourself, your school, your road, your street. Like you sort of see things on a bigger picture, and whether that's global issues or whether that's like general things about basic human rights, like it's just, there's so much that you're opened up to in a university, especially because people are from so many different backgrounds. You sort of realise that like it's like the world doesn't revolve around you and the people you know, and like there's just so many, like I don't know how to like articulate this, but like there are so many problems that I didn't even know existed until I came to Oxford, and whether that's like,
I'm the same.
And it's just, and it's so nice to now and be in a place where people have like active discussions about these things, talk about how, sort of working towards solving these problems, and it's nice to be in an environment that is so like mentally stimulating like that.
It almost feels like you're in an environment where like change is actually happening.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's amazing.
That's so true. Yeah.
Whether that be like scientific breakthroughs or like activism.
Yeah, I think that with the same degree at which they are sort of making all these cutting edge breakthroughs in research, they're also making all these great like societal and socio-economic changes, which are just so like pertinent. So now I feel like we've come to an end with like Oxvlog and like an entire like era in our lives. But, I feel like if there are any of you out there that like watched our videos in Michaelmas and like applied and got in, whether we have any sort of advice for people with offers that are going to be joining.
I think come with an open mind.
Yeah.
Come preparing to work hard. Come preparing to not be the brightest.
It's important to remember why you chose to study that subject.
Yeah.
Whether that's one specific thing or lots of small things that built up to it. Because I think in like the midst of it all, you kind of forget and lose focus. very easily with the sort of fast-paced nature of the term. You're doing problem sheets, you're doing essays, whatever you may be doing. You kind of realise why you kind of forget why you came here in the first place and why you sort of had that like passion to study it. And I think that come here with that sort of open mind, ready to learn, ready to work, because it is so much work. Not to scare you, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
It's tons of work, but...
Be ready to have fun though as well.
It's really rewarding.
Be ready to, as I said, do the things that you want to do when you get here.
Yeah.
Don't do the things that you think you should be doing because everyone else is.
So true.
Start by doing the things you want to do, because you end up doing them anyway, and then you'll be like, why didn't I do this in the first place?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to get involved from the get-go. Like, there are so many people that, like, whether you want to be involved in a sport or a committee or want to go into JCR committee, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it from the get-go.
Speaking of JCR committee,
like,
what did you do this year?
So I started the year with becoming... in my second term, I became BME rep of college. That's Black and Ethnic Minority Representative. And so, like, that was just because I sort of wanted to be in committee, and I thought representation was really important and wanted to have a specific role. And now I've been elected JCR president, so yeah, fun. I didn't ever think I was going to win, but yeah, it's been great. So if I could do it, you could definitely do it. So
dreams do come true.
Yeah, it's been my lifelong dream to come to uni.
I've kind of been up to this term. I've been involved in the Owsley Class Act campaign, which Jessie's talked about on the channel. I'm on the committee for it. We had our launch event. It was really good. It was really fun.
I think it takes a while to find what you want to do in Oxford and what you like.
Yeah.
And I still don't feel like I found exactly everything that I wanted to do here. Like, I know with President, like, next year, I don't think I'm going to pursue rowing next year, but I feel like in my third year, I definitely want to, because I've always wanted to row. Like,
oh, yeah, fair.
Like, I want to be in, like, the crappiest league.
Yeah.
But I really want to do it, because I've always wanted to, and so I feel like next year I won't have any time, and I'd just kill myself if I did.
Yeah.
But I feel like the year after, I could try it out. There's just so many things.
Are you a 3 or 4 year course?
You get to, like, leave at 3, but stay for another if you want to.
Oh, interesting. So I'm a 4 year course.
Oh, okay. So I might stay for a 4th, and I also really want to do a play in Oxford. I absolutely love acting, and there's so many things you want to do in Oxford, but no time. And then I'm like, oh no, wait, but next year I should focus on my grades and focus on my academics. But
the good thing about first year, I'd say, is that prelims don't count towards your degree, so you can have a year where you're figuring out how best you work and what you enjoy doing. That is okay.
You just need to pass them. Like,
you don't. I mean, work hard.
Yeah.
It is hard, but that is the best thing about first year at university. They don't throw you completely in the deep end.
Yeah.
Because people take a while to adjust. I definitely did.
Good luck if you're applying this October, and if you're this October, and if you're joining Oxford this October, if you're either coming to UNIV or Wadham, or any of the colleges, we hope you have a great time. If you're coming to any of these two, you might see us around. Yeah. Freshers Week. Are you helping out Freshers Week?
No, staying well away.
I'm freshing out. I'm helping out in Freshers Week.
Yeah.
So I'll be there. But we hope you have a good fat.
I've loved doing Oxford.
You did love doing Oxford.
I have loved doing Oxvlog.
Yeah.
I genuinely have. It's been really rewarding. I've loved, most of all, getting comments from people and people coming up to me in Oxford and being like, I really like your videos. I think they were really, relatable or insightful or whatever. So that has made me really happy because I feel like I've made some sort of change, which is really good.
Yeah, I think I've equally enjoyed doing Oxvlog to the extent that I've kind of only started my own vlog channel, which is really just like not update #spawn. But but the thing is that like I feel like there's been a lot of times where I have so much work and I don't have time to do an Oxvlog. But like I really hope the content that I put out you've enjoyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you never know. Maybe next year we'll continue the whole vlogging thing. And
maybe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in Oxford, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.